Welcome back to TGAP Reacts. John and Tim here. We are about to do another reaction video. Today, we're getting into a band that is fairly special to me because of the origins of the band. We're getting into Better Lovers, 30 Under 13, which was the premiere release for this band. Those who don't know, what's that?
Sounds illegal.
Yeah, it's not what it means. But so this is, as people who have watched this before know, Every Time I Die was a huge influence of me and probably my favorite band of all time. This is the remnants of that band minus Keith Buckley, and inserted is Greg Puciato, which is the former vocalist for a band called Dillinger Escape Plan, which was very well known.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. So it's their collective musical influences joining forces, kind of a super band, although I don't know that it's a more super band than Every Time I Die was. It's still, I think you're going to be intrigued by it. I don't know how much of older Every Time I Die you were into, which is
not much.
You know, very fast paced, a lot of riffs, a lot of really good riffs from Jordan Buckley, who's Keith's brother. This one I think you'll enjoy. I'm very curious though because it's a little bit.
So is his brother's in Better Lovers, not Many Eyes.
Correct.
Oh,
they had a little bit of a falling out with the other band members as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Steve Micciche, the drummer, I forget his full name.
It's
his
almost
name
like
is Goose Shoes, but yeah.
If we started separate podcasts.
Right. Yeah.
Sort of. We're not brothers, but close enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we've talked about the drama behind that, and we've broken down a lot of stuff, especially when we've been reviewing Many Eyes. But this is the first installment of Better Lovers that we're going to get on this TGAP Reacts. And some of you might be saying, "Oh, dude, the song came out 9 months ago. This isn't that new anymore." But we didn't start doing reaction videos until like a month or two ago. So
yeah, it's new to me. I've never heard it.
It's new to you.
Yeah.
And the song fucking rips. So we're going to get into it, and I'm very curious to see what my partner in crime here thinks of it.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready, buddy, let's get into it.
Every Time I Die would still be together if they were Better Lovers.
That's pretty good. Well played. Corny, but I'll accept it.
Alrighty.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup. And here we go.
How far are you willing to reach? While you're covering outcomes that you...
Alright. Punch me in the face in the first 2 seconds.
Wait till the pace change. That scratch. Oh. Here it comes. Oh, the red background is sick. That guitar work, dude. Another pace change.
Whoever or whatever he's singing about, he doesn't seem very happy.
It's about somebody who's not growing up despite their age. They're still extremely mature. Their energy, too, like, they're so into their own music. I love that. This is how they perform live. Pace change. This is ridiculous. Here we go again, coming up. relentless.
Yeah, I was just about to say nonstop.
That silhouette shot is so fucking cool.
Thumbnail. That was a cool camera shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's another cool one.
Don't you want to pay everything?
Bring it right back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be cold like this fucking machine. Oh, you shouldn't hold on to me. Hold on to me. Let go of me. Let go of me. You shouldn't hold on to me. Hold on to me. Try to let go of me. Let go of me. Of what you'll never be.
Dude. I love that shit. That, like, I love that pace. That's why I always loved Every Time I Die. Like, that is Every Time I Die with a different vocalist. It's the riffs are the same. That's the same music that they wrote for the better part of 20 years. And for me, it just rips, man. Like, that constant energy, that constant pace that's just, like, in your face. I just love that shit. That scratchy guitar, like, it just works for me so well. I'm sure some people will hear that and be like, that's fucking awful. I can't stand that sound.
Yeah.
To me, it's perfect.
I'm exhausted just listening to it.
I know. I love that.
And watching it.
I love that.
But no, it was good.
How do you feel like...
I like the pace changes, too.
Like,
'Cause
constant.
you
That's
don't
their
know
thing.
what's coming next.
That's what Jordan has always done. He just... He's like a riff wizard, man. He just constantly comes up with cool riffs and transitions into those riffs. But it's like... He doesn't take any breaks. It's just... And the drumming, too, like, to keep up with that. That's what I understand about this kind of music, is how do you even practice it? Like, vocals, your timing has to be so spot on. You can't be off by a second, a millisecond. Like, everybody has to be completely in sync. And those changes, it's so hard to remember, you would think, where those transitions are coming. I'm just in awe with bands that can play at that pace and that feverish, of a pace. It's just incredible.
Do you think... So it's an interesting idea, interesting topic, I guess. Do you think musicianship and talent from someone from like a metal band that can play at that pace, that can, change riffs, change beats, change speed at the drop of a dime, better than like classic rock guitar players, drummers?
Are you asking, are they better?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure there's arguments for both sides.
It's totally different styles and genres. I don't know that... I wouldn't say that either one from the other side couldn't play the other style. I would think this is a much more acquired style, and it's like, could Stevie Ray Vaughan play this? Like, I'm sure he's capable. He was a wizard guitar player, but just totally different sound.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't play guitar, so I don't know what how complex what they're doing actually is, but it seems extremely complex to me.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider a lot of that sound and pace changing. That's like they have to use a pedal, so they're constantly like adjusting what pedal they're using for which sound, and it has to be done like spot on. You can't miss it. Like, you can't. So to me, like, they are some of the most talented guitarists that people who can play that style, I feel like, are incredibly talented. Now, could he whip off a solo like a Matt Bellamy could from Muse, where it's like a highly musical, like orchestral kind of sound? I'm sure he could, but it's not what they do.
Right.
So I don't know that I want to say either one is more talented than the other. I think they're pros at what they do, though. Like, they are the elite of the elite at this style. I can't think of anybody. I've listened to a lot of bands like this. I don't know any group of guitarists that could do what they do as well as they do it. And that's just why I've always been a fan. And this is not even with Andy Williams, who is the other lead guitarist or guitarist from Every Time I Die, because he's gotten into a wrestling career. So if they had him too, I'd be curious. But this sound is very consistent with Every Time I Die, which is something I'm excited about.
Yeah, I liked it.
How do you like the vocals? Some people don't care for his vocals.
It was, I knew what I was getting into. I don't know if I would. It's not necessarily, I don't want to say genre that I wouldn't listen to, because I do, and I have, and I will. but I don't know if it's something that I would seek out.
Right.
You know, a little more scream. I don't want to say screamo, because
Right.
it's metal. It's more
It's metal hardcore.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
but a little more screaming than would normally be in my
Yeah, it's a
repertoire
consistent scream,
of
yeah.
music.
Yeah. Now he does do, much like Keith Buckley, especially later Keith Buckley, he does get into some singing vocals. Dillinger always did that. They would have a nice mix of going back and forth, not like sing-songy, but definitely using just a regular
Right.
singing voice. And his voice doesn't play as well for me as Keith's does. Like Keith with this kind of music just always worked because he himself can do a lot of vocal changes and cadence changes where he is almost matching the music in terms of that, where he's kind of singing or screaming at one tone for the entire
Right.
song.
Just that
Keith
different
would
pace.
always like transition in and out of screams to singing, and even like his cracky voice that he does sometimes. It's just a totally unique style that works better for me. But I mean, he's a legend in his right too. Dillinger was a huge band, huge. A lot of people look at them as icons for that genre. So it's a good mix for them, and I think it'll work well. I've released a few other songs, and I think there's a full-length album coming relatively soon. So just like Many Eyes, I'll be fired up for that.
Yep.
Maybe we'll get into some more of their stuff, and we still haven't really done an Every Time I Die song. Right?
No, nope.
I want to show you some old Every Time I Die. So we'll have to get into that at some point, considering how much of an influence he's been on this show. But, yeah, you approve of this song?
Approve. Not my favorite.
Right.
Not the worst
Yep.
I've ever seen
Yep.
or heard of. Not necessarily something I might go out and seek out.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
But no,
sure.
it was good. I mean, incredibly talented musicians.
Yeah.
And just the pace change and the beat change was more catchy than the vocals.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
The music was really good.
Yeah,
The vocals, not necessarily my cup of tea.
I could appreciate that.
But it
Yeah.
works with the song.
Yeah, yeah. You almost couldn't have a non-screaming
wouldn't
vocal
be singing
to that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. I like your assessment of it. Like I said, it's an acquired
wouldn't-
taste.
I wouldn't put Freddie Mercury in there,
No, it probably wouldn't
right?
work.
Or
Yeah,
Elton John or something. Right.
somebody should do that. It'd be very
Sing-songy
interesting.
male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Maybe Celine Dion.
yeah,
Throw some Celine Dion.
yeah, she could do all her
That
fist
would
pumps.
be an
and
interesting genre of music, though. Metal music with like
clean
pop
operatic
singers.
vocals.
or-
Well, I
or
mean, Muse kind of
clean
pushes
operatic.
that a little bit because they have
Yeah.
some really
Yeah,
rocky,
that's
not
true.
hardcore, but
That's
really
true.
heavy riffs that he does very high, varying degrees of vocals for, which is why I love them too. That's kind of a hybrid, I guess, but not quite what you're saying, which I don't think I've ever heard
Yeah.
anybody do that. It probably doesn't work just because of timing and everything, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
glad you liked it. I'm sure you'll
Yep.
hear more from them. I'm
Can't
sure
wait.
You guys will as well. I'm good.
Better Lovers.
Yep.
30 under 13.
Go check it out if you haven't
Yep.
already.
Better than Taylor Swift.
I would agree.
Cool.
Enjoy, guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.